Hello and welcome to another beautiful day right here. It is Outnumbered live on your screen, reaching you live in the red from the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and of course, I have a gentleman and of course a beautiful lady. Someone is being outnumbered today.
I told Mercy yesterday that after her we shall also outnumber Antonia,
Antonia.
and I'm very very sure with the condition of Mercy now, Antonia will be outnumbered tomorrow too.
Ah.
I told them that I have inflicted them with something that they will use for the weekend.
What do you mean by that?
Inflicted them with
What do
something
you
they
mean
use for
by
the weekend.
that? Inflicted, please. Oh no.
Sorry, I
not
didn't
at
inflict
all.
anybody. I only pray for them to get better.
All right.
But until then, they shall continue to be outnumbered.
You can imagine. Is this something to brag about?
So how are you doing,
I'm
Antonia?
very well, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
sir,
came.
right?
She came to the office today with
A lot of excitement.
what
When
kind
I
of
saw her,
energy
she
Yeah,
like
was
I'm
so
very
that.
happy.
excited.
It's like because of the PDP, what's it called? Neck meeting today. She's expecting
Oh,
some dollars.
that-
No,
that's
no,
serious.
PDP next meeting has nothing of this is just coming from within. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
taking you straight to the headlines that we have for the day. We want to start with the Vanguard newspaper. And from the Vanguard newspaper, above the header, I have this headline which says Coalition Threat. PDP governors move to avert implosion. Page 7 is where you get that detail. Then Train 8, that is the kicker of this story. It's on page 34 and it says a contract dispute threatens Nigeria LNG expansion plans. All right. Moving away from there, let's quickly go to the big story that we have on the Vanguard newspaper, which says CBN not using reserves to defend Naira. This is coming from Cardoso. So many things happening in CBN, but then it's not over until it's over. Four riders to that story. The first rider says, Ways and means no longer an issue. Second rider, we made hard decisions quickly enough. Then this one says, adds expectations of Nigerians often misplaced. Adds expectations of Nigerian often misplaced. All right, the last one says Nigeria's FX reserves dropped to $32 billion. Details of that you can get on page 4 of the Vanguard newspaper. Then moving away from there, I have this one which says a Yoruba nation or your government demolishes Onitiri Abiola's residence. Details on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. Ganduje kicks as Kanu Court affirms his suspension. Well, Kanu Court have affirmed the suspension of Ganduje. You know what's happening to Ganduje right there in Kano State from his ward. And it's been affirmed by the court. That's a serious one. Then this one says, those threatening Nigeria's sovereignty have price to pay. Who is saying this? Tinubu, of course, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Grand Commander.
The Grand Commander
Of the armed forces.
of the armed forces, the number one chief security of the nation. Those threatening Nigeria's sovereignty have price to pay. And that takes my mind somewhere, but I won't talk about it right now. That's coming from Tinubu. The details of that you can get on page 5.
That is actually a
of
mild
the Vanguard.
threat.
A mild threat. Okay. All right. And of course, one more story from the Vanguard newspaper. The kicker says killings. Benue community protest headsman's attack. Want grazing law strictly enforced. And details of that can get on page 9. You remember the grazing law by Otom, the governor of Benue State, when he was on seat, it was so hot then. But then, the enforcement of this law is what the people of Benue State are craving and crying for right now. That's going to be the size of the headlines from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. As we move to the next paper, over to you, Antonia.
Thank you, Ramsey. On the Guardian newspaper, the first story here is the big story, and it's on page 6. Poor funding model. Posity stole $3.2 billion Eastern Rail project 3 years after. I'll take that again. Poor funding model. Posity stalled $3.2 billion Eastern Rail project 3 years after. And we have a picture story underneath which says that project was flagged off in March 2021 for delivery in 2023. To get the details of that, please pick up a copy of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on, terrorists abduct 2 pregnant, 8 nursing women, 10 others in Katsina. That's on news page 29. When I saw this story, it broke my heart. First of all, 2 pregnant women. First of all, abduction is bad in itself. They're now abducting pregnant women and nursing mothers. That is to say, they were with their babies. And 10
babies
others
still
breastfeeding. I can imagine. I cannot imagine
the highest form of wickedness.
This is
inhuman.
bad. This is bad. Pregnancy is just like between life and death.
Absolutely.
Then these are people that are supposed to be nurtured and cared for. Then imagine people in this stage.
Imagine
being
if they are
kidnapped,
7
being
months,
abducted.
or the first, how do people call it?
The first trimester.
First trimester,
second
third
these are
trimester.
sensitive period. So any of them can actually have complications.
These people are
That
so
is if they
heartless.
come
Our
back safe and
security
sound.
agencies should please step up, and every day we keep seeing things like this, and this just broke my spirit. I would not even lie. OPSN wants 200% electricity tariff hike may cripple 65% of businesses. OPSN wants 200% electricity tariff hike may cripple 65% of businesses. That's on business page 18. I totally agree with that because the state of the economy now, increasing the tariff would definitely have a negative effect on businesses.
So remember what happens if businesses are being crumbled.
Yeah.
What happened to the economy?
The economy will keep deteriorating.
Of
It will
course.
keep deteriorating. So, Court affirms Ganduje sack, APC kicks, and that's on news page 3. While all eyes on PDP governors as RU's lawsuit withdraw alters balance for Damagum, and that's on news page 6. Then moving on, federal government kicks as Kanu lists conditions for resumption of trial. That's on news page 28, I beg your pardon. And finally, Afenifere leaders visit Tinubu, demand restructuring, security, and Southwest development. And that's on news page 7. That will be all of the headlines from the Guardian newspaper. Over to you, Christopher.
All right, from the Daily Independent newspaper this morning, Bello versus EFCC. Confusion as Court of Coordinate Jurisdiction ignores restraining order. If you want to follow this story very well, just go to Oweleketv and listen to our program on review this morning. Ganduje, we won't obey court order obtained by fraud. Oh, APC, says APC. And to rider to that, NMPP plotting to destroy APC before 2027, says Ganduje. Ramsey, remember yesterday when we were discussing about, the day before yesterday and yesterday we were discussing about the game that is being played ahead of 2027. You see, it's out here this morning. It's coming out already.
It's coming out.
All this is not even about Ganduje, about Gida or Kwankwaso. All this is because of 2027. And I can tell you clearly, Ganduje is not even aware of the game that is coming up.
He's not aware.
He's not aware.
To me, this seems like a permutation somehow.
It is a permutation.
That's what I feel.
For the survival, a particular political party wants to have total control of Kano State. Kano brings the highest number of votes in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So a political party is trying to win over either Kano by proxy or win over the governor of Kano State. Or somebody wants, I think, we can't see it now. We can't see the total image now. But with time we shall see. But as for Ganduje, he should just be prepared to leave the office. I don't see
now that court has even affirmed his sack,
whatever. And then yesterday they went again to inaugurate another Ward Executive Council. Ward ESCO in Ganduje local government.
Can you imagine? Meaning the people who were supporting him before have been dissolved.
Well, they were there
somehow.
If they were not supposed to be there, why were they there before they even dissolved him? What's it called? Suspend him from the party.
That's the game.
All right, moving on. PDP neck. We won't allow marauders factionalize our party. Governors warn. North Central perfect plan to name national chairman. 13,000 megawatts for 200,000 megawatt demands unacceptable, says Obi. Meaning what we're expecting is 200,000, but what we are getting is 13,000.
You can imagine the
See
difference.
the difference.
Now this is why I love Obi. This is why I wish that he won the last election, because he has the statistics.
He has
He's
statistics
a practical
of most
person.
things.
He has not that he has solution to everything, but at least he knows the
A
problem.
problem
when
known
you
is half
have
When you
solved.
know the problem,
you know how to
problem is
go
half solved.
about it.
All you need
Yeah.
now is a political will and good cabinet
around you.
to make you.
And
enforce it.
Nigeria has the capacity of people to move the
Sure,
nation.
We
of
have
course,
the-
You
we have
can
the- of
imagine
course.
the recommendations in the Orosai's
Orosai's
Exactly.
report,
confab
then the
report.
confab
Yeah,
So
and then the confab.
if he had won the election and then people had
Implement those
they've
things.
implemented those reports, I believe we would have moved to a better level now.
All right, a writer to that story says Nigeria has the lowest per capita wastage in the world.
Wow.
Kudos to Peter Obi. Please keep on bringing those statistics for us. Dangote refinery crashing of diesel price excites the president. That story you will get on page 7 of
Christopher, not just exciting us. Let our refineries come up. We can't be
But something
drumming
is happening this morning. Now, fuel price is going up. And look at the queue.
and look at the queue.
And if
We
you-
have our
if-
refineries
and the black
just
market
been
in some major filling stations too. You go to like AA Rano, Shema filling station, you would think, oh, this is good. But why NNPC is selling for 617, they are selling for 680.
Instead of the
700.
the president just saying, whoa, you are doing well, you are doing it, do something. You are the president. Let our refineries work. You said Port Harcourt was going to work
in
December.
December.
Yeah,
You
and
shifted
this
it
is
from December
April.
to January.
This is
We've
April
not heard
already.
anything.
You-
Then Dangote came up in a short while. His refinery is about bringing out what we've been longing for.
Do you know?
And you are
do-
now applauding
Do you
him.
know what? Do you know what?
We are supposed to be shy
Do you
of
know what the
this.
government meant by December?
What did they mean, Christopher?
Okay.
And
Ask-
El-Rufai
ask-
said subsidy has returned. We're not talking
Yeah,
about
you know,
that.
yeah, he
600
mentioned
billion
that.
He mentioned it.
He
I
mentioned.
think in
mentioned
one of the
it.
papers. Okay, I think I
It
saw
was
it.
some
one-
earlier this week.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
mentioned, yeah.
So
Yes,
many
he mentioned,
things
exactly.
that we don't know yet. Well, we go get there.
All right. And on page 6 of the Daily Independent newspaper this morning, court to roll on Nnamdi Kano's plea seeking restoration of bail by May 20. All right. I think that will be the size of our review on the Daily Independent this morning. Over to you, Ramsey, for the rest of the papers.
All right. Thank you very much, Christopher, for those headlines. Let's quickly go to the leadership newspaper this morning for the rest of the headlines. The first one above the header says electricity tariff. 65% of private businesses risk shutting down. We talked about that already. I think the economy is going to suffer. Then CBN is saying it's not our intention to defend Naira. Page 31 of the leadership is where you will find that. Then still from the leadership newspaper this morning, let me straight up go to the big story from the leadership. Okay, before then, controversy trail conflicting court orders over Yahaya Bello's arrest. Okay, we've talked about that. Like Christopher said, if you want to get more details about that, just go on the YouTube channel and watch the review of this morning. You will be interested and you will be happy you did. The big story says APC PDP crisis. That's the kicker. Then Ganduje.
I think
battles-
we have to conduct wedding for APC and PDP.
Are you for real?
They are getting married.
I don't know the one that is.
They are
male now.
rivals. Remember,
And I don't know
they
the
are
one that is
rivals.
female. I think there is
No,
no rivalry.
PDP is. Oh, I don't want to say this.
Because with Wiki,
I don't want to say.
with Wiki in
I'm live, I don't want to
APC
say
and
this.
PDP, I think the marriage on the show.
But then
Marriage on the show.
LP should just come up. All I'm saying is that we need a strong opposition to
absolutely.
combat these people. Man, I don't know, but then well, PDP.
It narrows down to
LP,
what I was
I'll
saying.
keep saying it.
So particular political party
Wants to claim
is
ownership.
destroying other political parties.
It's a game. They just want to destabilize
want
these
to-
people
You know what
so they
is
don't form a
constant is
formidable
interest.
force
Yeah.
against
What is constant
2027.
is interest.
Interest is
Yeah.
what is playing out. And this is all, for me,
You
like
rub
a
my, you wash
permutation.
my hand, I wash your hand scenario.
It's more like
they,
a
they have tried to
permutation.
force Obi to join APC.
But Obi- I don't
has
think
said
Obi
no, he
will
can't join.
not.
No, they have,
Obi
they,
will
they have
not.
offered him a position to head the economic council.
Can you
He
imagine?
said he won't, he can't.
So they-
and now what they are doing now is to use some sorry to use hungry men in his party to destroy Labour Party.
And
that is why you see NLC chairman is fighting Labour Party chairman.
Labour Party chairman, the Abure crisis. Well, whatever they do, they should know that Nigerians are watching. And what happened in 2023, maybe we'll have something bigger and greater in 2027. I don't know. But then I'm foreseeing maybe probably a measure so that they can combat APC very well. All right, let's see. Ganduje battles for survivor. Damagum knows fifth today. 3 riders to that story. Ganduje fingers NNPP in Kano crisis. Youth back national chairman as World ESCO's petition NJC. NEC will decide on Damagum today. PDP governors are the ones saying that. Remember, there was a meeting with the PDP governors yesterday, and the both meeting and the NEC meeting is going to be happening today at the PDP National Secretariat at Wadata House.
Sorry,
Well,
there is this joke yesterday when I was watching Arsenal and Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
game, and then
Munich game.
somebody said that Wike as the FCT minister now, if they try to play any kind of game this week in this BOT and NEC meeting today, next week he may come with booties at that.
He was, no. When they were repairing the road,
Yeah.
the road in front of PDP
PDP
house,
Yeah.
PDP office. Some persons were saying, "Hey, we can get mind though. Of all places, this is where he's coming to do. If things don't play in his favor, but then he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that
What if Wadata Plaza is standing on a
road
what is
or
it, waterway?
a waterway." What if it's not in Abuja master plan?
Or
Oh
the building is already
Ramsey and
old.
Christopher, let's not do this, please. Let's not do this. Let's continue with the papers.
All we are
Thank you.
saying is that peace return to APC and PDP because all Nigerians want right now is a good life. We can't continue running away and jackpotting from our country all the time. More still coming from the leadership newspaper this morning. Kanu knows fate on fresh bail. House arrest bid May 20. Okay, details on page 20 of the leadership newspaper. Federal government raises over $1 billion to boost local production of drugs. Details of that you can actually get on page 7 of the leadership newspaper. Bobrisky moved to Kirikiri from Ikoyi prison. I saw this yesterday and I was like, hey, come on. Kirikiri. That's a maximum prison, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a maximum prison.
It's how the case even started developing. What we thought was a joke.
What
we
people were
thought
actually
was just
playing about it.
speculations. Just turned. When I saw it yesterday, I was like, wow. This is
I think that the
prison.
case of Bobrisky, maybe the government or some elders somewhere are trying to maybe help him to fix his mind. Maybe before.
Okay, they just want him
To
isolated
identify
so
as
that
a
at
man.
least he will know.
Yeah, because I that is what I'm thinking because Cubana chief priest was with
was also charged.
Was
Yeah.
charged. He went there yesterday and
I
then
think a
he
bail
was
of
given
10
bail.
million
Though
naira.
I understand the fact that he
Pleaded
not guilty,
guilty.
yeah.
But Bobrisky pleaded guilty.
And so when he pleaded not guilty, what happens is that he will be going to court to defend himself.
Yeah, for trial.
And until he's found guilty, you can't put him in
Put
prison.
him in prison.
But again, somebody who says, yes, I know I have done wrong. Why now? Well,
Why not temper justice with mercy?
all right.
Is that not what you wanted to say?
What will I say?
All right, let's get back to the leadership newspaper and
All
take the
right.
last headlines before we go on a quick break. The last headline from the leadership newspaper. SEC and FRC get 21-day ultimatum on 45 billion naira unmerited funds. Okay, but as it is right now, let's see what will happen from there. Our time is fast spent, and this is going to be the size of the review for this morning. We're going on a quick break. After this break, we'll return and we'll talk about what is happening, the crisis, and some other things. We will return after this break.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. Outnumbered still live on your screen, reaching you live and direct from the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. Well, let's get straight to the big story for this morning. My God. APC and PDP crisis. What do we do? Is this in a bid to destabilize people who would have been a strong opposition against APC
Pour
in
them
2027?
ice water.
Ice water.
That is
Calm
what you should
down.
do.
Calm
Pour
down. Well, let's look at this right now. Ganduje battles for survival. Damagum knows faith today. Ganduje fingers NNPP in Kano crisis, meaning everything happening in Kano State is trying to put it on the head of NNPP. But then the question is this: do you see this as a form of maybe a trick or a game to destabilize every other party that would have maybe formed a coalition or merge so that they can be a strong force against the APC in 2027? I don't know why this is happening, but then Ganduje battles for survivor. The same people who clap for you, same people, maybe if care is not taken, this is politics. They might be the ones that will fight or maybe go for your downfall much later. We can't say much, but then let me throw this to Christopher right now. Christopher, APC, PDP crisis. Now, Ganduje, I don't know, he's in a troubled water. He's trying to find his feet because the two of his feet are in that water right now. What would you have to say? Survivor. We're talking about survivor here.
May his loyalists help him to calm the trouble.
It started with a prayer.
I think I'm gradually becoming a political prophet.
Okay.
Because everything I have...
You need to open a church.
Yes, for politicians. Oh, I'll get money.
Oh my goodness.
Politicians Ministry International.
Christopher is in another realm this morning, to be honest.
Now, the truth of the matter is that if you have followed Nigerian political history for the past 20 years, you cannot get it wrong with analysis. Because it's like Nigerian movie. When you see the poster like this,
more like
those days you see Ramsey Noah, you see Genevieve
that's
Nnaji,
a love story.
You see
Chioma
Chukwuka, Ramsey Noah, Emeka Ike, you know that one is pure love story.
Romance.
But talking about Nigerian politics, let's move back.
Let's move back to
Well,
Nigerian
now
politics.
when you see somebody like Ganduje pointing hands at NNPP, he's not pointing hand on NNPP. He's calling out Kwankwaso. But the thing is that has he sat down to realize the maltreatment he gave to Kwankwaso, who brought him in as to take over from him as governor of Kano State? So, like I said yesterday, politics is all about play your own, outsmart somebody if you like, share if you like, eat them alone. That is where they are now. Now, Tinubu is aware that Kano State, for you to be declared winner in Nigeria, Kano State must have something to give you. Why do you think that even though APC didn't win in Kano, they didn't win, but they got 25%.
Yeah, they
but
did.
Other states in that same region, Tinubu won. That is because it is political calculation. That calculation also goes with personal interest. The interest now is, who will I remove so that I can come up? It could be Kwankwaso that is saying, for me to gain relevance in Kano in 2027, Ganduje has to leave. I have to play a card. Don't be surprised. He may be right by saying that NPP wants to destroy APC. It is not APC in the whole of Nigeria. He wants to destroy APC in Kano. Now, if he succeeds in removing Ganduje as national chairman of APC, now he will be standing. The APC at the national level now will call him, state your price on the table.
So he wants them to reach a kind of consensus. Is that
It's
what
about, you see, last time I said whatever El-Rufai is doing now, he's just trying to seek political relevance where they can call him to negotiate. Politics is all about negotiation.
That's exactly what it's doing.
Of course, that is what is happening. Again, he has come with another bombshell that fuel subsidy is back.
It's back.
He's looking for, he wants to be on the faces of the news so that they will say, this guy, he has not disappeared into political oblivion yet. We need to call him, or we need to give him something.
All right. Antonia, as it is right now, APC PDP crisis, are you seeing it as a form of game? Remember, it's not just APC and PDP. PDP have their own share of the crisis. APC, their crisis. Now in Kano State, NNPP is being brought into the crisis right now, then remember that Labour Party also have their own crisis, meaning the major parties are having crisis all round. What do you foresee? What do you think is happening?
Okay, it's so sad to see that these political parties are having one rancor or the other. Every day on the news, there's one drama or the other. It's just going to show that most of the interest, most of these politicians are bringing in their personal interests, and because they are conflicting, that's why we have so many factions, so many quarreling here and there, fights and all of that making the rounds. And if that is, they should be preparing for 2027. And if they are beating the underground drums of war, of fighting constantly, it's giving Nigeria it's making Nigerians feel like the 2027 election might not be very smooth. It's looking like we would have a pro-max version of what happened in 2023, because if as of now, the political parties ought to be putting their house together, planning, strategizing for the next election. And if we're seeing that they are constant, when will they plan? When will they strategize? When will they think of people that have capacity to move Nigeria forward? So all of these parties should put their house together so we have a better Nigeria.
All right, all of these parties should put their house together, but then Ganduje struggling for survivor, then Damagum to know his fate today. What do you think about this? Do you think Ganduje is going to survive this? Just get to the channel, get to the comment section, drop your comment there. We'll react to it.
Sorry, before we close, I'm advocating for independent candidacy in Nigeria.
Okay, independent.
Standing alone without a political party.
Like France, Emmanuel Macron.
Macron. Do you think
but
we can achieve that in Nigeria?
Nigeria does not operate that kind of system.
This is a democratic setting.
Then they will bring up the no structure thing. You know, when Peter Obi was running, they brought up that no structure.
Facebook.
Labour Party does not have a structure. How many seats do they occupy in the House of Reps and in the Senate? So I think the kind of party system Nigeria employs would not give room for that.
Yeah, it's all about having the will to do it. Yeah. What does it is? Just the will.
But
if
then breaking into this, it's not something you can do overnight.
No,
hadn't been Peter Obi came up in 2023, then we'll be thinking about restructuring the political system of Nigeria. But as it is right now, they have a script they are running.
It is not
and
less.
It needs someone very strong to break through these ranks. All right. You are the one. Okay, let's look forward to that time. We actually look forward to that time.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, do you think Ganduje will survive this crisis? Then secondly, Damagum to know his fate today after the next meeting. Whatever you think, get to the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, Oweleke TV. Then put on the notification button so that you'll be the first to get every detailed information as topical issues are coming up. Then, whatever you think, whatever your opinion is, drop it in the comment section and we'll react to it. My name is Ramsey Enoch and have a beautiful day and thanks for watching.